Eversgirl13 here. So yesterday morning I got braces, and I don't know if you can see them that well in this video. It's not that obvious. Good. So this is what they look like. And so the way they feel right now is they're kind of sore. It doesn't hurt that much. It's just like right now it doesn't really hurt, except that some of the brackets rubbing against my lips and making them sore. But it kind of hurts when you eat. And then in the back where I had the spacers put in, the reason I had the spacers is because they put these metal bands around your back molars, so they look like this. They're kind of hard to see. That little right there and there. It's like my tooth that looks completely silver. So yeah, so that's really how they feel, and those don't really hurt. The only thing is when they first put them in, it feels tight like the spacers do, because you have to bite down on this stick to get them all the way out. So what happened when I went in was I sat down and they brushed my teeth with this special sandy toothpaste that was kind of like a polish. And it was sandy and it felt kind of weird. And then they rinsed that out. And then they put in lip retractors, which is this big thing that goes around your lips and pulls it back so they can see everything. And the back of it has this little thing that goes right there, and it keeps your tongue back so that your tongue doesn't get in the way. After they put that in, they brushed down, they like wiped my teeth with this special stuff that gets rid of all the saliva and dirt on my teeth that might stop the bracket from sticking. And then they actually put on the bracket. And when they put on the bracket was they had these tweezers with the bracket on, and they just pushed it on, and they moved it to the right place. And they did that to like 2 or 3 at once, and then they lit, and then they shined this special light. And the light supposedly, not supposedly, the light is the thing that actually makes it harden. So I did that for all my teeth, like every single tooth. Depending on what kind of, what your braces might, depending on what you need on your teeth, you might not need them for all your teeth, especially if you still have some baby teeth in your mouth, but I needed them for all my teeth, so yeah. And then they went over my whole mouth again with a special light, and then they put the molar bands in. Well, then they took out the lip retractor, so that wasn't in for that long, and they put the molar bands in, but they didn't. Some orthodontists, if your orthodontist doesn't tell you that you need spacers, you probably will use a different kind of bracket, which is the little squares on your back teeth that holds the wires in place. I have one of those on this tooth because it didn't work on that one, so that looks like this. Yeah. It looks like any other bracket, and that's just put on the same way. And then with the bands, they find the right size, they put them on, and then they take them out and they put the cement in. And you have to bite down on the stick, and it pushes it up. And that's pretty much all for anything that goes directly on the teeth. Then you get to go rinse out your mouth because you have some cement left in your teeth. Yeah, so, and then after that, you get the wire put in. And the wire is the thing that actually moves your teeth. Like, without that, the brackets are useless. And so it goes into the back ones. They push it in, and then they snip it short because it's like one size, and then they just cut it shorter to your needs. And then they push it into each little bracket. And once it's in there, they tie the little O-rings around. And with some types of braces, there's another type that they have that you don't need the O-rings, and they're a little smaller, and they're supposed to like not hurt as much, but I don't know because I don't have them. So those, you don't get the little colorful things on. So if you want colors, those aren't great. So then that's really it. And then the ties they just put on kind of, yeah, with these little tweezer things. And so I got to pick my colors. And if you do want colors that are less visible with braces, like less visible like on everything, you can get gray, or you can get, they make white, and they make clear, and they make also, some places make tooth color. If you drink a lot of coffee and eat curry, the clear are not good because they stain really easily. And so that's really it. After that, I had the care lesson, and they told me like everything I needed to know, and they gave me some stuff. First off, they gave me wax. It comes in this little cool container, or at least mine did. I don't know if yours does. And then there's strips of the special kind of wax that you can put on if something's bothering you. I actually have on right now. It's kind of hard to see. It's right there. It looks a little, and the way you put it on is you take a little piece, however big you need it, roll it into a ball, you flatten it out, and then if it's like in your front teeth, just like pull your lip down so that it stays dry for a little while so that it sticks better. And then you push it on, and then you have to kind of mold it to the shape of the bracket or whatever's bothering you, or else it will fall out. It takes some practice, so don't worry if you don't get it right the first time. Another thing they gave me is this stuff called Super Floss. And what it is, it's this special floss that first it's got a stiff end, and then after that there's like this spongy-ish area that you can use to wipe around each bracket, and then there's regular floss. And the way you use it is you take the stiff end and you weave it through, and then you use the spongy area, and then you just floss normal. That's Super Floss. You can get this at like CVS or any other regular drugstore. If you can't, ask orthodontist, they'll probably give you. Some orthodontists don't give Super Floss, they give a floss threader. It's kind of like a needle threader, you know, like when you're sewing. And you use it to thread it through, and then you just pull it through and it's got regular floss. Another thing they give me is, this is called a proxy brush. You open it and it's got this. And you can use it to clean out food you have stuck in your teeth. So let's say I just ate pizza and I got sauce and cheese stuck in my teeth. You just get it behind the wire and you just go back in hard. And that's it. So this is a proxy brush. And I'd suggest, when you first need the braces, keep the wax and the proxy brush with you at all times. Once you get used to the braces and they don't make your teeth sore and they don't like give you sores on your lips, you don't have to really bring the wax around unless it's specifically hurting you. But I'd keep the proxy brush with you if you're going anywhere where you'd eat. You know, just keep it like in your pocket, in your backpack, your purse, whatever you have, so that, you know, after you eat, you go to the bathroom, you're like, oh, I'm going to the bathroom, then you just clean out your teeth really quick, because it doesn't look that good when it's stuck in your mouth, and it feels kind of weird. And then they just gave me these two pamphlets. Your orthodontist might give you different ones. It's just like brushing and flossing and bad foods. So here are bad foods. You can't have hard, sticky, or chewy. Are sticky and chewy the same thing? I don't know. And so, you know, you can't like chew on hard candy, you can't chew on ice, you can eat the crust on hard bread. If you're going to have an apple, cut it into small pieces, and if you're gonna have a vegetable, if you can, boil it, don't have it like raw, because it's harder when it's raw. So like, you know, if you're having like carrots or broccoli, you know, you can just boil it, it's not that gross. If you're having something that's really disgusting if you boil it, then just don't boil it, just be careful and cut it into small pieces. Other foods you can't eat, bubblegum stinks. It stinks that you can't have bubblegum. Some people do anyway. Don't tell your orthodontist that. Then you can't have like Starburst, gummy bears, caramels, taffy. You can't chew on pencils. Don't chew on pencils and pens. You know, sometimes you're bored in class, you're like, I'm bored. Bad idea. Do not chew, because it can pop off one of the brackets. And the other one is just instructions on how to brush and floss. And then it's just, you know, you have to brush on top, underneath, over, and then, you know, the inside of your mouth and on the top of your molars. You have to be careful. And then flossing, this has instructions for with a threader. You know, you just weave it through, like I said. And then on the back, they have this little warning thing. And on the top, I don't know if you can see that, the top is a patient who did a very good job and brushed the way they were supposed to. The bottom is a person who didn't brush well enough and they got decalcification, which is little white marks. I don't know if you can see them. You can. You can see the difference? You don't want to be like this. You want to be like this. So you have to brush really carefully. That's really it for now. So, see you later. I'm Everest Girl 13 and I'm leaving. Peace out, world.